Hello guys, today I will do a new trade breakdown because it's Saturday and I want to make a trade breakdown every weekend. So here's the trade breakdown for this weekend. We will discuss NZDJPY, how I took the trade, what were my confluences, and yeah, let's get started. First, I identified the swing structure with this break down, and here the second break down. So we had a bearish swing structure with this low, then this high, then the breakdown, then this new lower high, then new lower low, lower high, and now we formed a new lower low. So yeah, this was my first confluence. Secondly, I identified this as my liquidity. In this move down, this was the pump in the road. This means that was my liquidity to target. And secondly, I identified this supply zone over here. So when I saw that we broke structure over here, I was just looking for the pullback into this supply zone and taking out this liquidity here. So when we had a fractal break down and here a fractal break up, I was happy for take also long trades because I expected the pullback up, but these long trades were a bit lower probability because it were against the trend. But I waited until this liquidity got taken out and then price hit this supply zone. So when this happened, when price took out the liquidity and tapped into the supply zone, I switched into the 1 hour time frame to look for my fractal entry model. Here we can see we had a fractal break up, and here we had the fractal break down. At this point, I set my sell limit on this fractal breakdown with the stop loss above the high, targeting this liquidity over here. And as you can see, price took me into the trade, then ranged a bit, but then moved very clearly to my take profit. So this was literally my confluences for the trade. To summarize it one more time. First, we had a bearish swing structure. As you can see here, I expected a new lower low to get formed. This was my first confluence. My second confluence was that I saw that we built up liquidity under this supply zone. So my second and third confluence was this liquidity and this unmitigated supply zone. Furthermore, we clearly tapped into premium pricing into the 50% of the range. Here is premium pricing and here is the discount. In premium, we want to sell the pair, and in discount, we want to buy. This means until we not have reached the 50% of the range, I was happy to look for long trades to make the pullback into the supply zone. Since we then reached the 50% of the range, I was looking not anymore for long trades because at this point, price can reverse from everywhere. It can also reverse from this supply zone over here, taking out this liquidity and reverse from this supply zone. We don't know, but it's way higher probability that when price already reached the premium area that it reverses. But as you can see here, it didn't and moved up higher and wanted to also take out this highs over here and the supply zone. So I waited until this because this was the A++ setup for this pair. And now you can see that we established a new lower low. So what is my game plan for now? I again see that we got a 4-hour fractal break up. So this demand is now controlled, and you saw we got a pullback and this demand some pushed price up higher. So what I'm looking for now is that we take out all of this liquidity here, all of these highs you can see here, maybe also take out this news high over here, tapping into, again, into the 50% of the range. So the 50% of the range, the premium here, would be around this point here. So what I could imagine is that we take out this liquidity, maybe also this high, then we see a 4-hour fractal change of character and then a further move down. But for now, I will just follow the order flow. Now you see this demand is controlled, price reverse and now get pushed up a little higher again. It don't have to, but the order flow shows us this, and I will always follow the order flow. But for now, just wait for the pullback and then for short trades, because these short trades will be a lot higher probability than now the long trades, because as I mentioned before, the overall structure is bearish and the overall structure shows us for which trade, long or short, we should look and which one we should take, because it will always sign us which one is the high probability. Yeah, this would be all for today. I hope you liked this trade breakdown and the little explanation, and it helps you at your analysis and yeah, to educate you a little bit. Write on in the comments what your opinions on this trade is, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Wish you a blessed weekend and see you next week.